Now turn left to stay on Interchange Boulevard.
All right, perverts. We're back out in the world on another adventure. Trying to skip a toll here. Found a little shortcut, a little roundabout around a toll. And my car's GPS is like, you gotta turn around. I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not trying to pay $4 at this toll. So you can take a guess at where I'm going to again. It's Jersey. I'm going to Jersey for another wrestling show. It's for a documentary I started shooting a little over a year ago, and I kind of just stopped because I was busy making videos and stuff with Dan. But I wanted to get back into the swing of things because I started this documentary and I want to finish it because it's on a very talented wrestler, artist named Edith Surreal. And she has a really unique story, and I wanted to help capture that. And tonight I'm going to film one of her matches, and then tomorrow I'm filming another one of her matches, but it's closer to my house. It's at DC. So it's 2 wrestling shows this weekend for Kenny. 0 rest, 2 wrestling shows. And here we are in a dank, old, gross warehouse in New Jersey. And you're probably wondering, what's the deal with wrestling? What's going on here? Well, I've always been attracted to wrestling because of its storytelling, its theatrics, its kind of do-it-yourself, kind of rock concert feel to it. And one of the big things that really attracts me to wrestling is this camaraderie, this collection of people coming together to put on a show. Let me tell you, this wrestling mat here, it's not fun. It's just boards. It's just wood boards and canvas and a little bit of cushion, and it's loud and it hurts to land on. One thing that doesn't get highlighted a lot is just the performers and what they have to kind of do in order to put together a show. And this is Edith Surreal. This is the person I'm highlighting for a documentary that I'm working on. And you can check it out. It's going to be on my other YouTube channel soon, hopefully the next couple of months. And yes, for those who don't know, wrestling is predetermined. It's coordinated, yet it's still very physical. It's still very rough on the body. And the performers have to come together to kind of tell this physical story. And they have to make the moves look real and legitimate, but at the same time, they don't want to hurt one another. And with Edith and Austin here in the ring, they just met only a couple minutes ago. They've never worked together. They've never done a match together. So they had to, in a matter of just a couple minutes, like 15, 20 minutes, they had to kind of put together this match. That's something that's so unique that no other performer really has to do. Just imagine if an actor had to travel somewhere across the country, meet some person they've never worked with before, and then write a little short story or a short play, and then in a matter of just maybe an hour later, go out and perform it in front of a live crowd. And that crowd is going to give them instant feedback, whether it is good or bad. Oh, and at the same time, they're doing stuff that is very dangerous and that could actually legitimately injure or even cripple a person. It's almost like wrestling is this dangerous dance that people do. They work together to tell a unique story that is so unlike anything you've ever seen before.
How'd it go?
Good. It was very good. Easy, very easy match to call. And that's how you know a match is going to be good, is when you don't have to, argue. Everyone argues with you. That was the easiest. Like I said, when you both have the same idea in mind of what when you focus on the same important part of the wrestling and not just the actual moves and spots and shit, and the fact that we're both kind of similar wrestlers,
Another really special thing about this show in particular, it is a tournament that highlights a variety of female athletes, female performers. And it's something that at times it doesn't, especially in this style of wrestling, you don't get to see that often. And this style of wrestling tends to be what they describe as hardcore death match, lots of weapons, barbed wire, thumbtacks, all kinds of crazy things here, as you can see under the ring, as well as in the shopping cart, barbed wire, bats, things they hit one another with, and of course, everyone's favorite thing, light tubes. Yes, they hit each other with light tubes. It's pretty extreme.
Not the best keyboard to use.
Please make your way back into the locker room. Doors are opening. Let's see Kennedy in the locker room.
Alright, so in case anybody's wondering, this vlog might be a little bit extreme rated. So watch with caution. Lots of radical wrestling, death match, blood, gore, and violence.
7 Angels in tonight's TDM3. Welcome to Trumont's Tournament, Angels of Death Tournament.
Ladies and gents, don't forget at the snack bar today, we're selling meatball subs!
As we get to raffles tonight, we are raffling off
All right. New day. New wrestling show. I don't actually know where it is. Hold on. I gotta enter this into the calculating. My voice sounds a bit not there. Mainly because wrestling shows are so loud, and when you're talking to people, you kind of have to shout a little bit. It's like a rock concert, except people don't have like guitars. They have like light tubes and stuff, and other wrestling. Well, no, wait, there was a guitar there last night, but the guitar had thumbtacks on it. So, yeah, I mean, I guess there are some musical things. Well, this is some place new, for sure.
I mean, if you really want the truth about wrestling is that wrestling is art. Wrestling has always been an art form, and it is the art form of compelling stories about physicality. It is displaying the virtues and the trials and the tribulations and the psychological torment of violence, and how our relationships form around violence. And that's how you get good guys and bad guys, and you get 3-year storylines on mainstream television and on the independents, because the one thing everyone knows is violence and evil, because that's what, depending on what you believe in, the world is born out of. So what we do is we tell the story of good and evil through the medium of a sport. We are actors first and foremost, because we know who's gonna win and we know who's gonna lose, and that's totally fine. Because if you ask Ric Flair, if you ask The Undertaker, if you ask Trish Stratus, if you ask John Cena, if you ask Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, if you ask Killian McMurphy, Edith Surreal, Billy Dixon, the juice to the squeeze is the moment that you suspend disbelief completely. That is not a sport, that's art.
What'd you major in?
In college, I majored in theater and film, so I kind of landed where I was supposed to be, I guess.
Hey, yo! Who's ready for some wrestling?
What the hell?
So I really hope at the end of this vlog, it's, you know, wrestling is not for everybody, naturally, of course. But hopefully it maybe people who never thought of wrestling or even gave it a chance or just kind of brushed it off, maybe they walked away with watching this, learning something a little bit new, understanding the performers, kind of seeing the excitement, the passion behind the fans, the hard work that goes into putting together these shows, just from the performers to the photographers. It's this really cool collection of people coming together to put on a show. You know, it's like theater. It's like a movie set, you know. It's all kinds of people from all walks of life coming together to put on a show, to hopefully give the fans a good time, a little bit of an escape, and then they break down the show and we move on to the next one. It's just keeps kind of going. It's a lot of work. I still don't really understand why the heck I do it, but I'm fortunate that I have been included in this world.